gotta tell you, like, you know, one of our two fans, Justin, he did not like Coach Josh at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was like, this guy, Coach Josh. He's like, your impression of Coach Josh was better.
Well, we knew that was going to be the case.
Of course.
I mean, because I'm like, mustache. That was fun.
I really don't know what his issue was, and
What, Justin's issue?
yeah, really. And so after that, I was like, oh, maybe we shouldn't do guests, or I don't know. I came out of that episode or recording. I was like, oh, that worked out pretty good. That was good.
Yeah.
We should do more guests. And then
Justin was like, that sucked.
Yeah, he's like,
Worst episode yet.
Yeah, his guests are awful. You know, yeah. You know, like our last episode, 24 views.
For the hour-long thing.
For the hour-long one. Yeah, I mean, the one before that with Janice, 165. So it got up into, for us, semi-healthy range. I mean, our best one, and this keeps adding views. I don't know what the hell is going on, but elections and cheese, why everything is our number one by a long shot. And this...
and 100% likes.
Yeah, and...
26 likes.
Yeah, and right, here's the views over time.
Right.
This is like...
Yeah, like... weird. It's funny that it has these little spikes. Like...
Yeah, I don't know if it comes up in the search or something.
Yeah.
You know, people watched like a lot of it.
Wow.
For us, like
right.
for this to be any number above 1 minute.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
So I don't know what is the deal with this. I mean, the shorts we've got, like the shorts. You know, they're breaking 1,000. A lot of them.
Yeah. Wow. I made a comment on the last video, but it doesn't look like it's me.
Oh, the
We'll
one about
definitely edit this
the
out.
one that's the one that's Josh.
Yeah.
What was that, guys?
I was like, oh, Coach Josh was great, but you should have said the link or whatever. So,
I
was trying to be nice.
See, I totally thought that was either Josh or one of his people who did that, because that fits perfectly.
Yeah. It was me.
What do you mean cut this out? This is exactly what we're gonna leave in. We've like told people we buy likes or buy comments or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, what did we buy? We bought views. Is what we bought.
Yeah. Right. And then that was worthless.
Yeah.
Maybe like it has a long
maybe
like
it was
maybe
the
like
thing.
something about it helped in the end. I don't know.
Yeah.
Half of my life is spent looking for my keys or my phone.
You need the clapper.
So the biggest reason I like having a watch is because I can do the like find my phone thing, like.
Which raises the obvious question, like what happens when you lose your watch? But
well, then I have my phone. Hopefully, I can find I've only lost my watch once, so.
And if you lose them both, then you're effed.
And it's and when I say lost, it's very like it's like somewhere in my apartment.
Well, no, I get it.
Like
in the piles,
properly lost.
The piles of crap. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So I saw a short video. I think it was actually a short on YouTube, but it's this dude who's an importer-exporter in the U.S. and he was talking about like who actually pays the tariffs.
Right.
And so he said that he paid like. This is not something that
I pay the tariffs. I pay all the tariffs. That's what he said.
Pretty much. Like, he's like, when the goods come in, I pay the tariff to the government. Whatever. Like, they can. Like, basically, it's like only we end up paying, and then he upcharges the like consumer. So like the consumer pays him back, but he's not getting additional money from any international person, you know.
Right.
So
yeah.
The consumer, if you buy direct from the manufacturer, apparently that's like a loophole for Americans if it's under $800 or something like that.
No, that's the old rule. They waived the $800 rule.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's also a Ferris Bueller's Day Off clip that's like really like apparently, and
the Holly Smoot tariff bit from Ben Stein, maybe?
Probably, yeah. I keep seeing that online.
They did not, and they sunk deeper into depression.
Into the what?
Anyone?
The Great Depression.
No, I
keep looking for someone to explain, what is the rationale? Like, explain this at all to me. It feels like a political move, not actually a benefit for economics. It's just like we're going to do this because we want you, we don't like how you're behaving, Russia, with Ukraine, so we're going to put tariffs on your stuff. And, knowing that's not going to really have as huge of a splash, but it's just to get them to.
Are you ready for the
compliant.
full on rant? Because I have come around. All right. I've been wondering for well over now 9 years, is Donald Trump crazy? A genius? Insane? An idiot? I know there was some synonyms in there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I've decided he's an idiot. He is an idiot. We'll get back to that part later. But
You hear what Bill Maher said about him?
I'm sure he said he had a lovely dinner with him.
Yeah,
yes.
that's exactly right. He's like, everything that I've said that was bad didn't exist at this dinner. Like, totally reasonable. Came back with
You can.
and I was like,
Yes, but you've met very nice stupid people, haven't you?
well, sure, but I mean, Bill Maher, like, also, I mean, if I was gonna pick somebody to be like, here's gonna be a great dinner, like, you're gonna have such a lovely time.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think
Because-
because I think the most likely outcome is he comes up with the reason, he makes up an excuse.
yeah, and then we're gonna go right. We're gonna
China called me. We got this amazing deal. Like now the tariffs are back off, and
Yes.
they're gonna send us
Yeah,
free tickets to the Shaolin Circus or whatever. And
right.
like,
And so you're like, I'm doing that for sure.
for sure.
Yeah.
And then people will line up and they'll be like, "This is what Donald Trump wanted all along."
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah. And I don't think he's like the visionary that like the people who are like, I love him, but like, I think that that's how it's going to play out. And he's going to keep as many people liking him as he's got now.
The 4D chess thing, I think, is just total nonsense.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I don't like, I don't think he has some specific special, like, vision / insight into like what will happen and how, but
Yeah.
I think that that's like legit though. I mean, and it has had some impacts on like other countries. Like maybe not China. Like China seems to be like ready to like they're not backing down about tariffs at all. I don't know.
No.
I mean, I don't pay attention. To
Well, this is where-
like, this is the most informed I've ever been on this podcast. Like,
But this is where I got to the idiot part, where I was like, where you put, okay, let's just war game this out. Here's a pretend scenario, Kalyn. We're going to tax the shit out of one of our biggest trading partners.
Yeah.
What do you think they might do if we did that?
they're gonna back down.
Sit there and take it, right?
Yeah.
Of course they will. Sit there and take it. This is what Donald Trump and his people determined was the outcome that not only like that outcome is so assured, we don't even need to consider alternatives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what does China do? China's like, yeah, you got a better hand. You got the ace king, but I got a pretty good hand too. I got pocket eights. I'm gonna
Right.
play this hand or pocket
Yeah.
10. And so they're like, well, we hold a lot of your bonds. How about we sell a few just to like scare some sense into you?
Right.
Oh, here's another thing that we hold that you have none of: rare earth minerals.
Yeah.
And by the way, you really, really want these for your electric vehicles, those missiles you're busy, defending the country, the Western world with, motors and all this stuff.
Right.
Like, anyway, you're like, oh, it didn't occur to anybody that the Chinese might do.
Yeah, they might play hardball.
Because it was more or less the first thing that occurred to me is like when you, especially the reciprocal tariffs part, when you're like, okay, if we put tariffs on them, what might they do? What might they do? Put put tariffs on us?
No, that's never gonna happen. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That is super subsidized by the government.
Well, that's it. Oh, well, that's another way that. Yeah, but that's so. All right, yes, this is the Democrat way to make things cheap is to give people more money
Yeah.
to buy it or pay
yeah.
people more to make it, which is.
So yeah, outside of corn though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the reason things are as cheap as they are is because Walmart has pushed down the price, and
Walmart has driven all those little guys out of business that are trying to make money too. Yeah.
This is what frustrated, and this frustrated me as a business owner too. This is like the most serious conversation we ever had on this podcast.
No kidding. I was like, man, today's hilarious.
How come we didn't like write a plan? I had no topics except for the letter O ticker signal, and of course you got to talk about. I'm pointing at this thing, but that has nothing to do with anyway.
Yeah.
So
Go on.
once
Go on, back to our serious talk.
once again, unfettered capitalism.
Yeah. Walmart.
No, listen, capitalism is a machine
Right.
that you aim at what it does is it maximizes profits.
Right.
You aim this thing at something and say, go maximize the profits, and it will do whatever it has to do to maximize these profits.
Right.
The government providing single payer health care than businesses.
Right.
Businesses should love the idea of taking that off of their P&L.
Right, yeah.
But for some reason, it's always the, business conservatives are the ones that are very opposed to this. I don't know if it's because they figure taxes are going to run out of control, but the government's never had any issue. It never seemed to have any trouble spending money they don't have, so why would they create taxes?
Well, I mean, like, with Medicare and Medicaid, like, the government, like, tells the hospitals how much things are going to cost, and that's like, they're like, you can charge us whatever you want, we're paying this rate because this is the rate that this surgery should cost, you know. And like, and hospitals just have to like bend over and take it, like, pretty much. I mean, like that. When I was working at MD Anderson, they always got like, so they were so into international customers because like they pay cash,
full price.
Like they're paying the ticket, the top price. I mean, even if you have any of the other coverage in the U.S., like United will go in and say like, okay, well, we have a negotiated rate, blah 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 blah.
I'm sure if whatever system the government came up with that to replace our current system would also suck and also be terrible.
It'd be like the VA, like the VA system, like it's not the best. Like, you don't hear people being like, man, I love going to the VA hospital. Like, I always get seen right away by really great docs, blah, blah, blah.
I hear once you're in the VA system, it's wonderful. That's what I've heard.
Oh, really?
But it's the getting in part that like getting approved and blah, 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 blah. But I don't know. Yeah. It's probably all terrible now.
I mean, it's going to be, there will be aspects of it, I'm sure, that'll like, going to the DMV, like, or dealing with the postal service, like any of the government systems, like it's gonna be like, like it'll take you 8 years to see a PCP. But I mean, if you have major shit that happens, then like they will
maybe
take
2 years. Now every time somebody's like, they want to you want to have the government take over stuff. I'm like, oh, so you want this whole industry to be run like the DMV or whatever? Right.
Yeah. And I mean, I think there's reasons that like our healthcare system is really good. I mean that maybe the government would ruin for us. I don't know. Like, I mean, like MD Anderson did get tons of like customers from other countries because they're such a great cancer hospital.
Well, and I also look at then I look at, all right, well, do I want the airlines, which are private, to like run?
Yeah, right.
Am I really thrilled about the way they do business? And like cable companies and your credit card company,
right.
and then I'm like, should we let those people run the prisons? Like,
I mean, I don't know. Prisons are a weird thing because like there's so many that are privatized, but like, but then like that kind of promotes recidivism, which is not really what we want, like whether or not you think it's like going to be rehabilitating people, like we definitely don't want return customers, but we kind of do if it's a private business.
If we're getting paid for return customers.
Yeah, if we're getting more based on how many people are in jail, then like, it's a little bit weird.
Kalyn is pro recidivism, so
no, not pro recidivism. Like recidivism's bad. We don't want people to come back.
When you let the student loan facilitators, manage who can get off the programs early for various reasons. It turns out they don't do a very good job of that, and walking people through the appropriate paperwork they have to file at what time period,
Yeah. I kind of have mixed feelings about like the loan forgiveness stuff. Now that I've paid mine off, I'm like, I mean, cool, I guess. Like, I don't like that, like, the loan situation is what it is, but also, like, I worked really fucking hard to pay that $100,000 off. Like, that was really a lot of work, Yeah. So, like...
Well, and imagine you're like, all right, you're a welder, you didn't go to college, you've got a house loan, you got a truck loan on your truck that hauls trucking, welding equipment around.
You've had to buy all your equipment.
You bought that was on a loan.
Right.
You'd love for that to be paid off. So what's so great about,
having a sociology degree? I studied.
Why is that so much more in the public interest? We should be paying for that than
we're
not the welder truck.
Right. Maybe it should be the STEM grads that get
We don't need to lose any of our subscribers here. So if any of you 400,
whatever you guys majored in, that should definitely be prioritized.
You're very smart. It's yes.
But yeah, I mean, we could use more doctors or something, whatever it is.
Sure.
So maybe having pre-med people. I don't know. Their mascot's the dumbest. Are you sharing your screen?
No.
It's like the dumbest looking mascot. I mean. Sorry.
I'm sure there are many.
Like, come on.
You're alienated everybody. Anthropology majors.
I don't know.
Sam Houston State.
Yeah.
Graduates.
I know one person who went to Sam Houston State, and I think that they studied anthropology. So that person's not my friend anymore.
Done watching this show. That's for damn sure.
But yeah.
And then in Texas, every university has to have a hand symbol.
Yeah.
Except all the good ones are taken. Right.
This is U of H.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is known as the shocker.
Right. Yes.
2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. Nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, we're like, Cougs. Whatever.
Yeah.
This is about whatever one of the paw.
Look it up, people. It's even as dirty as we get. It's
I mean, it's
No, but so we got the Longhorns at Texas. Which they got the coolest one. Or it's something like or whatever it is.
I don't know. Yeah, because that's like the fucking rock and roll.
Yeah,
also.
And it also looks like a longhorn, and so they got the good one. And then you got the Aggies, which is kind of dumb if I'm being real honest, but And then you got the Red Raiders, and then you got the Baylor Bears. And then evidently, because this was taken, you had the Cougars. And I swear to God, one of them is just...
Yeah, definitely. One of them's this.
Just this, which... So,
boo.
So okay, so you're missing this, and you're missing this, and you're missing...
I love you, sign.
This, and you're missing... combinations.
Okay.
So we can handle... 5 or 10 more. You'd probably still have finger.
Maybe
this one. For you listeners, Kalyn just made the hump sign with the finger.
Yeah, for the fuckers. I don't know.
when they play the Cougars, it's a nasty,
dirty game.
Dirty.
That cannot be aired on regular cable.
There's this thing with cougars being cats too, and the dirty name for female private parts, and then you have this.
Yeah, right. We're all over it.
Except nobody talks to each other. I mean, it's all it's a commuter school, right? Mostly, so nobody gives a shit about any of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I
guess there are fans in the stands and all that.
So people cared. I mean, with the basketball just happening. U of H came in second.
Oh, yeah.
At the nail biter, I guess. Yeah.
So here's what we need to do. We're going to roll the music here in a second, but we need to come up with the Robert and Kalyn Get Rich hand signal. So a perfect fit.
Yeah.
But
I know. We have this thing, too.
Ooh, oh, okay. That's it, maybe. Cue the music. You are listening to the Robert and Kalyn Get Rich. This is episode, can you believe this number? This is like a made-up number. 49, episode 49.
Crazy.
Today is Tuesday, April 15th. Is this tax day?
I guess so.
Oh, Jesus. Hopefully all you listeners got your taxes done 3 days ago when this comes out.
Yeah.
Episode 49. I am your host, Robert Kimmel. This is the other host, Kalyn Kimmel. We have no guests today because we're really on the fence about if we like guests or not. I'm sure we'll have some soon enough. Actually, next episode.
We will. Very soon.
We might have guests, we might not, but the one thing we will for sure not do...
provide financial or investment advice.
So right. Won't you like and subscribe and send this to your friends and leave us a comment and...
Yeah, not a nasty comment though. You can say that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Listen, we're not partisan. We don't care. Yeah. We make fun of whoever.
Right. Everybody's idiots, including us.
A real undercurrent of this show, I was thinking about this, Kalyn, is a real undercurrent is making fun of people that are empower. Basically, the
Yeah.
the douchebaggery of
Right.
of these terrible presentations
Yeah,
they give.
yeah,
And
The heads of companies, heads of state,
yeah.
they're all dumb.
They're,
Just kidding.
they're not dumb, but
No,
they're worse. They're like full of shit. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
Right.
you know, they're very
Yeah.
smart. They play the game well.
Yeah.
Except for, I don't know if Donald Trump plays the game well, but he got elected president
He's twice. Yeah. I mean,
at last count, maybe 3 times, depending on who you ask.
that's true too. Right.
And he's going for 4.
Yeah, for sure, man.
We do. Even we would like to stuff our shirts. I think we should try to stuff our shirts with money. Let's go to for fuck's sake.
Robert's having one of those days.
Let's share our login screen.
Show everyone our password.
Yeah. Oh, no! Cut that! Just see her cut that out! What's taking so long? Come on!
It's like thinking, isn't it? It looks like it's spinning at the top.
We absolutely have to cut that out.
Yeah,
I
no
cannot
kidding.
have.
Right.
I
I can't even see if it's I'm like,
You can-
it doesn't say much.
Now you're. What's that password? Is it or is it more like is that a capital?
Man, haven't we talked about this before, Yahoo? We've had a conversation. Like,
I know. You're getting
your-
a lot of bad
get your
press.
shit together.
You're getting a lot of bad press from the Robert and Kalyn Get Rich and
Yeah.
all our
And
listeners.
don't you know they're like CEO or something?
They're gonna
The
leave
Yoo-hoo.
leave nasty comments and anyway. I didn't do like a great job. Like I was ready to talk about Realty Income Corporation like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So this may be a little bit rocky,
Yeah.
but letter O, ticker symbol, is our stock of the week.
Ah.
And O, of course,
yeah.
stands for Realty Income
Naturally.
Corporation. So what they do is they own Realty
Oh.
and they get income from it.
Oh.
And they have 15,600 properties worth a total of $58 billion.
Dang.
Let's go to an investor presentation because they can do it better than I can do it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Q4
Let's do the overview. Oh, you want the
No, that's
recent?
fine. No.
So you can see it's like a bunch of brands, you know.
So they are primarily in commercial real estate, it looks like.
They are almost exclusively in commercial real estate.
It's an interesting, like, I've wondered for a while after COVID, you know, with like
Yeah.
everybody went home and like there's a lot of like commercial offices that like have just kind of stayed vacant and like in lots of cities.
Oh, sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're fine.
But
You didn't
we're finally in.
Yeah.
All right, something about real estate.
Yeah. Yeah, so like it seems like a shitty situation for the people that own, like, say if I own a high rise in downtown, right? And
Yeah.
like when I was working at Discover, we worked in downtown. My office in downtown Houston we were on the 25th, 26th, 27th floor of this one building, right?
Yeah.
But everybody during COVID stops working at the office.
Yep.
And then many companies have not had people come back fully, right?
Correct.
Lots of people are pushing back against that.
Yep.
Which I'm like, everybody's finally got what I've been talking about for years.
The Kalyn line of thinking, yeah.
Like, I've been working from home for
What
10
took
years.
everyone so long?
Everybody's like,
to
I don't
figure-
think that working from home could work at all. And I'm like, well, I've been doing it for 5 years now. And they're like, no, it doesn't work. I'm like, okay, fine. Then COVID comes and everyone's like, oh, it's totally doable.
It depends
And
on your
wait-
definition of work, like whether it works or not.
So, I mean, yeah, right now I've been working from home for 2 years, seeing how much dreaming I can get in. Like,
No, but I mean, even when you have jobs that are these
I mean-
remote jobs, like you cannot tell me that. Now, listen, we've all been in offices where there's a whole bunch of people that like to just wander desk to desk and try the candy and
Yeah.
chit chat, don't get anything done.
Yeah.
So, like, shirking is a phenomenon no matter where you go, what conditions you
Yeah.
put humans in, there's going to be shirking. But you cannot tell me that people from home, on average, some of them are working their asses off,
Right.
but on average, that all these people working from home are working as hard as you would in the office.
yeah, when I've had harder, like they've been on project and been needing to do a lot of stuff, I'm working way more hours than I would ever work in an office.
Uh-huh,
And
yeah.
like and I'm not
because there's not even a reason to get in the car and drive somewhere and like, take up an hour and a
I'm
half.
not paying attention to like what time it is. I'm just doing whatever I need to be doing. Like you guys seem to work plenty hard before you guys set up the like Sweet Kittles offices. Like you think you worked much harder in the office? I seriously doubt that.
I think that has
like
less
there's
to
a
do.
whole lot of social stuff goes down at the office that you completely skip at home.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, there's certainly if you're fucking around, there's no better fucking around that you can do than at home, for sure. Like, you know,
Honestly, rate the opportunities for fucking around here.
yeah. Then like. At home,
Work trip.
work trip's a little lower because you might have to actually show up to something, like right, like. But being at home where you're like, I'll set my alarm for 2 minutes before my next meeting or whatever, like at 3 p.m. But yeah.
All right, Realty Corporation in 9 minutes.
I mean, or not. Or what do you want to do?
I don't know. Let's go back to that investor presentation page. Duh. No. How about this? How about this one? So they've whooped the 500.
Wow.
Since 1996.
Yeah.
They've trounced it, which is good. They're good returns.
What's downside utility?
Well, downside volatility.
Oh man, your screen's so small.
It's small.
I'm like, maybe I need glasses. Wait, I'm wearing glasses.
They have a definition for it or something. It says total operational return. Nope, wrong line. Downside volatility calculated on standard deviation from annual total operational returns, where values in excess of zero are. Okay, of course their volatility is low because people just pay the rent
Right.
every month, right?
Yeah.
So volatility.
It's not just low; it's
of the
zero.
returns. Yeah, and it's not zero because people go out of business and all
Right,
this.
yeah.
So they really like single tenant net lease. They like the freestanding buildings.
Sure.
You know, if you're a real estate investor and you've got a CVS who's renting your building, they freaking love it.
Yeah.
They have this is their opportunities for growth. They can grow in industrial. They can grow in international gaming and data centers.
Oh, we need to talk about gaming at some point, or betting, like gambling, I should say.
These guys should definitely get into gambling. What are we even talking about here? Total operational return. Oh, so they're big into dividends. So they've paid hefty dividends and growing. I mean, look at this chart. If this doesn't, this is their downside volatility, 0%. Anyway. They're very selective.
They're
8%.
like Walmart.
I don't know if 8% is super selective, but hey, they invested at the Encore in
Vegas,
Boston. That was I think, Boston Harbor.
Yeah. I just saw Wynn Resorts, and I was thinking, anyway. Yeah.
You know, they have all these deals with these guys. So.
Look at that COVID part.
Yeah, they took a hit during COVID, but I mean, for a company that's as mobbed up with retail as and this is
exactly what I was.
And this is rent growth. The rent growth same store only went down 2% in the worst year you could think of for retail.
Yeah, no kidding. And then next year popped right back up.
You know, they give a dividend of. They've been growing their dividend rate at 4% a year on average.
I don't like that font where they say dividend. It looks like DLVLD.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't invest in them from there.
Yeah, I think we should write them a letter at least.
Right. And then they'll be like, well, how much did you invest? And we'll be like,
well, we invested $1,000 in theoretical money.
Yeah. Yeah. Funny.
That's not nothing.
Yeah. Here's all their properties. They're like everywhere in the United States. Unconstrained by industry and property type. I don't know about unconstrained, but they're heavy retail.
Right.
And then the industrial, like the one they showed was Coca-Cola, so that's very retail.
Yeah, they said that they did multifamily on one of the slides. I saw.
Oh, was there some?
It was like one of the smallest things, but I haven't seen anything.
So I think you got to look at this a little bit. Although these are small percentages, but their biggest stores are Dollar General is number 2, Dollar Tree, Walgreens. So there's definitely a low income. They
just got a lot of stores. Well, I don't know.
So 73% of their is non-discretionary, which they mean like grocery stores are non-discretionary, low price point and or service-oriented retail. So you got to be a believer in that stuff. You know, you got to be like, okay, I don't know what you got to be.
People are going to stay poor and still need to go to stores.
And the stores aren't going to go out of business. Like, Donald Trump's not going to drive them out of business, you know?
Yeah, but I thought that either Dollar General or Dollar Tree or one of the dollar stores did just go out of business.
Yeah, I think one of them is hurting. Oh, wait. They also have social values.
Oh, good. Yeah, I know they do.
Where do you think this is?
Who we are.
Who we
for
are,
sure.
purposes.
Yep.
It has to go there.
Oh, boy.
All right, we're going to play Guess the Values, Kalyn.
Okay.
What do you what do you think value number one is?
Integrity. That's what I always guess. Yeah, it's doing the right thing. Like,
here's their mission. If this doesn't get you out of bed in the morning, I don't know what will. To invest in people and places that deliver dependently monthly dividends that increase over time.
all
You're
right.
like, hell yeah, I'm going to work and I'm
Man.
driving.
What I've been looking for in a company that I want to
Is driving dependable dividends. They're not effing around though. They like dividends.
Yeah.
Do the right thing.
I know it.
Tell me you didn't.
No, I
you
didn't know.
Come on, you.
They always do this. All of them. I'm telling you, I'm meant to be a fucking CEO.
I should have made you guess another one because I know you would have said diversity.
Yeah,
you
something
know?
about diversity. Yeah, like, man,
The re-
empowering each other.
The other two are, the
Yeah.
other three are like a little better, but giving more than we take.
I mean, yeah.
Entrepreneurial spirit. That's always
Right, yeah.
That's a top.
And, like,
that's a top 20 value right there.
Right,
you
there's
know?
gonna be something about community always, like giving back, whatever. Yeah.
And then we got this whole sustainability thing,
Man,
diversity.
that's awesome.
So, wow, well done. Well, I guess there's a values alignment. Let's see. Let's see how the chart
Don't
did.
miss that one.
Let's see how the chart did. They're up today. They're up over the past 5 days, as is everybody. The whole S&P. Wow, they're up even over the last month. Wow.
Well, they're like not. They shouldn't be affected too much by. I mean, I guess companies
Yeah.
may like end their leases, but like I would think they would do well
Yeah.
comparatively. What happened?
Well, they didn't hit their earnings target back here in November, which is amazing because I thought, they're just collecting rent checks. I thought they would all it'd be very easy to predict their earnings, and you almost always hit
Yeah,
them.
big dip.
Yeah, that's tariffs.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Oh, this is year to date, which was a shorter time frame then. Wow, this the stock price is a little more volatile than I would have thought.
yeah.
But so basically, you're going to buy it somewhere from 50 to 60, 55 to 65, and it's going to stay there. Maybe as high as 50 to 70 is the wide one.
Yeah,
but
I'm not super sold on them based on the chart,
but you also get a dividend. So you buy them, and you get almost 6% back just in dividend.
yeah.
At today's price.
Okay.
So even if the stock does poor, like the stock loses 6% a year, you break even. You know what I mean?
Oh,
If the stock price goes up, you're making the dividend, and now you pay taxes on dividends.
Yeah.
But
right.
nevertheless, that's a really nice dividend yield.
Okay. I'm into that.
This PTE ratio is crazy.
I can never remember what the ratio should be.
Price to earnings.
Yeah, like what the goal is.
The average of the S&P, well, a few weeks ago, the average of the S&P was 20 something, low 20s, and now it's high teens. Thanks to
And this
Donald.
is 58.
This is 58, which seems like a math error or something. Maybe theirs is weird because of the nature of their
Yeah.
business or something. Because I mean, what's their market cap? $50 billion. $50 billion. Financials. Yeah, you gotta go.
That's okay.
Operating income. $2 billion. So that's 25 times operating income. Normalized income, net income is less than $1 billion. I don't know, but it's like so. I guess it's bid up because it's like so steady Eddie.
Yeah.
I mean, EBITDA is $4 billion, so it's only like 12 times EBITDA.
Yeah.
So that's a good one.
It's steady Eddie, so that
10.
sounds like kind of a boring thing to invest in, but also a good thing to have in, like, a boring thing for us to have in our portfolio, but like also not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It has appeal on a personal level, you know, like.
Yeah, the only thing that makes me nervous is like if the economy tanks. I mean,
Right.
I gotta imagine retail would get hit fairly hard, but I don't know. So,
Yeah.
all right, so we'll do it. We're gonna invest in these guys.
Oh, I was gonna say we shouldn't.
All right,
But-
we're not gonna do it. Forget it. We're out.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, yeah.
Ask your doctor. See
I
what your
wonder-
doctor says.
Yeah, let's see what there is. So yeah, I keep thinking maybe we should have a portfolio. I mean, not that we need to have another portfolio, but it'd be kind of fun to see what if we didn't invest in something. You know, if we choose.
Oh,
we
the
opt
pass.
out. Yeah,
The
yeah.
opt out.
Like see if we made mistakes.
That's such a good idea. Let's do that.
Okay.
And we'll put this will be the inaugural stock in the pass portfolio.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.
All right.
So we're going to review the portfolio, Gummy Bear,
That's it.
and then say some funny things.
Yeah.
And then and then be done. All right. So what I thought we would do to accelerate a portfolio review would be to just look at our overall picture against all the portfolios, not necessarily dig into the details.
Yeah.
Probably a screen we should have used many times before.
Sure.
But here's everybody.
We're gonna have to rename them so that they're in a different order, though.
Yeah. Okay, I'll rename it number 1. Well, you start at the bottom, you work your way up. I guess because it's the oldest.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So look who's green today.
Hey!
Who's the only green you see on the page is the Get Rich portfolio. We're also, by the way, the best performing portfolio of all of these.
Of everybody, yeah.
Lifetime. Plus, if you add back in our realized gains, like the stuff we sold, we actually have made money, and nobody else is like close to making money.
Wow.
So we're at lifetime now at minus 1.8. The S&P's at minus 4.45. The guests are at minus 10. Ooh. The guests are doing great compared to Justin, because Justin is getting crushed at 16.41
but that's part of his theory, though, is that he would be okay until...
He's playing 4D chess, Kalyn.
Yeah.
This is all part of his plan.
Yeah, this is like we lose money before we gain a lot more money.
This is the genius of Justin. Yeah, exactly. And his baseline, he's nearly 10 points below his baseline, which is terrible. And his baseline, by the way, just ticked positive. But
yeah. He's not doing the worst today. Guests are having kind of a rough day.
I happened to cheat, and I saw that the stocks that were really helping us out were Eagle Pharmaceuticals. Today, I mean, I only looked at today, and Fannie Mae. It's back at. I'm telling you, the buying a 5, 6, selling the 7s. It hasn't hit 7 yet, but if you bought in the 5s, and it went in the real low 5s.
Yeah.
Even to the point where I was like nervous because of its tariffs and everything.
Yeah.
But I bought in the 5s, and now it's at 6.5 or something. It's
I'm so happy.
A couple more points, we can sell that bit. So
awesome.
Anyway, that means we got to do the gummy bear.
The gummy bear for the second to last time.
I know.
Well, theoretically, that looks like a lot to eat for 2 times. Though.
I was thinking the same thing myself. The past several times I've been like, hey, no big deal. We're making progress.
Well, we got the 2 of us going at it today, though. So
yeah, we got to tear this.
Tear.
All right, that is 366 milligrams.
Perfect.
No. There we go. 13 ounces. Well under a pound. So, shall I? I'll start, and you.
Yeah.
So how much out of 13 ounces? How much should we take on today versus?
I mean, I think theoretically 6.5 ounces.
You want to take down half today?
It looks like a lot. Okay, 6.5 ounces divided by 2. That's only 3 ounces each. You ate 3 ounces.
Got to eat it today.
You have a big old bite, 2 big old bites, and then.
That might have been my biggest bite of the bear.
I think it might be. Let's see how you did. 1 ounce.
Oh.
Not that good. You gotta do better than that. You're right. Let's see.
Oh, you're gonna go. Okay, so we're gonna go bite for bite.
Yeah, bite for bite. Why not?
I'm not quite done, so I can't like talk in the middle. But you gotta really get down in there. Yeah. Oh, you're using tearing technique and everything. 11. You didn't even hit the.
Oh man! I thought for sure I had you smoked.
Right. You thought you ate. I ate way more than you. I ate a whole ounce, not 0.9 ounces. What? Maybe maybe I can take down most of this.
There you go. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Man. Oh my God.
9.8.
Yeah, that is good. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought I said 5. I was like, damn. You're in the ounce and a half. Man. It's like tiring. I was like, I need some munchies in a way. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Where would it go?
It doesn't seem like it would fill your stomach really because it's like sugar and I guess there's gelatin in there that bodies it up, but yeah. 1 ounce, 8.9. This is getting to be
It's a little arduous.
like miserable. Now you know what it would have been like to take down that whole bear in one sit.
Every day. I found it every day.
Oh my God. What do I got to do? I got to do one more ounce? No.
No. I think maybe we leave it. We see if Justin and Kelly want to have a bite.
Who wouldn't want to eat a bite of this?
Yeah, this gummy bear. Everybody knows that's a gummy bear, right? Obviously.
Kind of looks like a...
It's like a mountain.
It is looking like a mountain with like really craggy...
It's kind of like a gemstone, like a rough diamond or something. Yeah.
All right, I can do a little more. I got a little more.
I'll do a little.
I got a little more
more.
in me.
Right.
Not a whole ounce.
No. Yeah, that's like exactly the bite that I was thinking I would take.
Oh well.
I'll take
7.9.
I'll take this top bit.
That's less than half a pound now.
Oh.
And now we're willing.
It's so sticky.
That was one of the last clean pieces of original skin
I know.
on the whole gummy bear. That and this surface on the bottom.
Yeah. I'm not sick.
We got it down to 7.4 ounces. We got a lot of work.
5.5 ounces, right? Total?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's good work, yeah. I'll be like, woo! Here in a second.
Nearly half a pound of gummy bear eaten.
It is so sticky though now.
So it's probably a little early for this, but we should. Is there anything we should plan for the 50th episode?
A little early.
A little early to start planning. I mean, if not the night before, but Justin is going to show up and going to be like, okay. We're gonna say, oh, hey, you guys,
I know. As soon as we mentioned it like 10 episodes ago, he's like, all right, I've already been thinking about the camera setup.
Well, it's like everything in life. He's like a golden retriever or something. He's just like, should we go for a run? Should we go? Should we?
Wonder why we didn't work out.
Takes all types.
I'm like, man, I need to go take a nap. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I brought the balloons. These will be fun. Computer.
Maybe. I think my Wi-Fi is troublesome because I have Wi-Fi around different parts of the house, and it's not like we're not exactly on top of the router here. So
right.
Anyway.
Yeah. We just need to swap out what you guys use as your office for this space.
Yeah, that's come up here.
Yeah,
come up here.
Andre would love that.
Yeah.
Have this be the sitting room.
It would be quiet. Cody might complain less, although it's hard to imagine. You'd call up the stairs. Hey, you guys, did you make dinner? Anyway,
yeah.
Well. Nothing to do but continue pressing on, keep recording these episodes, keep putting them out there, keep making shorts.
Yeah.
And one of these days, Kalyn, one of these days.
We're going to blow up.
Ariel will listen.
Yeah, Mom and Dad will listen to one episode.
My daughter.
Yeah.
Cody, never.
Never.
All right.
But at least, Andrea listens now, which that's an improvement.
That is weird. It is weird. Every so often I'm like, I hope we didn't say anything she shouldn't listen to.
No. We're good.
All right, we're good. With that, let's cue the music. You are listening. You have listened to Robert and Kalyn Get Rich, episode 49. We got one more to go to the magic number 50. Wait till you see next week. You could just skip this episode from this point forward and just go to next week. Yeah. You'll only have cut about 30 seconds out, I think. But anyhow.
Like and subscribe.
Absolutely. Leave us a comment. Send us an email, robertandkalyngetrich@gmail.com. Send us a list of people we should have on as guests and podcasts we should go be guests to.
And listen to.
And listen to. And not listen to.
And tell us any other thing you're thinking about.
Yeah. But if you want to send us a rant about Donald Trump, like, save it.
I'm open to it.
Okay. Go nuts, listener.
If you're not being mean about us, then I'm into it.
All right. Very good.
We'll read it on air if you send us an email.
There's one thing you should not do, however, which is send us any financial or investment advice. We don't provide it. We're not going to read yours either.
That's true.
Your judgment is certainly suspect if you're listening to this episode and sending us financial advice.
True.
With that, Kalyn, I think we say bye-bye.
Bye.